Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man, and it's another Prepared Monday. And so today I actually wanted to talk to you about something for your prepping. Some people I know have issues trying to stockpile money away to do certain purchases for prepping. And there's a simple system that I like to use called coffee canning, which is I look at my finances and I look at how much a month I can safely tuck away by cutting out a handful of luxury items. And then I stick it in a coffee can in cash and keep that coffee can out of sight, out of mind. Every time I get paid, I do that. So for me, it's actually weekly because between me and my partner, we get paid every other week and our weeks are alternating. So every week I pull out an amount of cash and I stick it in a coffee can. And it accumulates rather quickly. Now, if you get paid like once a month or every other week, of course, you're going to have larger checks. And of course, you can also pull out a little bit more. I'm not talking a whole lot here. I'm talking like, let's say you stop at Starbucks every day and you buy coffee, make your own coffee instead, and stick $20 away. It's that simple. Now, the trick is to keep the coffee can out of sight and out of mind, because if you keep it somewhere where you can easily see it, you will think about spending the money. So you keep it tucked away. You just stick it on a shelf somewhere where you're not going to look at it regularly and don't think about it. And it doesn't actually have to be a coffee can. I do recommend an opaque container versus something that's translucent, such as a bottle or a jar. And to be fair, I do recommend it being something innocuous. And the reasons being are if it's translucent or transparent, should you have a home invasion or a robbery, people will see it. They will walk past, they'll see a handful of cash or a big wad of cash, and they'll swipe it and take off with it. And you're out that money. If it's something innocuous, a lot of times they won't think to look in it, or they'll completely miss it because they're worried about something else they see that they want. Also, I do recommend not keeping too much in it. If you have to, go open a separate bank account to store it in once you start getting $500, $600 tucked away. And every time you hit $500 or $600, transfer that money in there. And that way you can continue saving for your preps. And then set yourself a goal. What are you trying to achieve with this money? And work towards that goal. Once you hit that goal, set a new goal. Don't just sit idle on your saving. This is also a good way to save for retirement. You can save $500 or $600 up and then sock it away in an IRA. And it will allow you to continue contributing to an IRA while not thinking about contributing to it and not really seeing the differential in your lifestyle. And you can then use those IRA contributions as tax deductions. Now, there are some applications out there that will allow you to sock away a rounding percentage off your debit card transactions, and those are not bad applications either. I would recommend those if you can use those with your bank. Many of us use credit unions and can't use some of those, so not to mention any place that doesn't have like phone pay or things of that nature, you can't necessarily use those. So I tend to prefer to use cash, and I tend to sock away my change, and I tend to also do a simple tuck away in a coffee can. And I actually use two different cans for that. I keep my spare change in one and my sock away in another of cash. And that way I can keep them separate and I'm not thinking about them. Well, I want to thank you all again for joining me on this Prepared Monday. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, or thumbs up and subscribe on BitChute. Also, don't forget to check out my other social media, including my Maker Support and Patreon, where I do paid content, and my Gab.ai account, where I upload content that is not the same as my YouTube and BitChute account. And as always, have yourself a lovely day.